Welcome back, mamas. Y'all, today we are going to talk about broken agreements, how to identify where you might be breaking those agreements or where you are out of alignment with where you want to be. And I'm really excited to kind of reveal or uncover the steps that we go through to do this in my coaching program to really help you dial this in. So let's get to it.
Do you wish you had control of your days, that you had a rhythm, but instead feel overwhelmed, scattered, and like there's never enough time? You're in the right place. I'm Danielle, a recovering workaholic, wife, and stay-at-home mom of 2 girls. I've learned how to reclaim my time and find purpose and freedom so I can be present with my kids and feel like myself again. Here, we embrace where we are, but we don't stay there. So if you're ready to trade the chaos for clarity, the guilt for grace, and the endless to-do list for aligned flow, grab the kiddos a snack and toss in that laundry because I know you're multitasking, and let's do this because your time, your purpose, and you matter.
Okay, mamas. So you may have listened to the Purpose Pop-In on Tuesday. If you did not, I highly encourage you to go back and listen to it. But we are talking about broken agreements and how this creates stress in our lives, that we do not need to have this stress already on our shoulders before we even go about our busy mom life day, right? And so I wanted to talk today about what to do when you don't even really understand or know how to identify what those broken agreements are or where you might be breaking those agreements with yourself when you aren't necessarily sure, when you are out of alignment and how to figure that out, right? Like I know I would not have really understood how to figure that out for myself. It took a lot of reflection, and I always talk about how we get still and get clear. But today I'm going to kind of pull the wool back a little bit and tell you the steps that we go through in the coaching program to really get deep into this, to really help you to figure out where you are out of alignment. We talk about wanting to be in this aligned flow, right? Like I hate the word balance. If you know me at all, if you've listened to the podcast for any time at all, you know that I don't like the word balance because it implies that things are equal on opposite sides, right? So it can give us this false sense of reality that we are able to focus on or have equal attention given to these different areas of our life all at the same time, when in reality, that is not true. What I like to call it is aligned flow, meaning you go in and out of this flow in your life of what's important to you and where your focus goes. It's like different areas of your life will get more of your attention during different seasons, or even maybe not even in different seasons, but maybe even in the same week, right? In the same day, how you can go in and out of this focus and have everything be in this aligned flow. And this is attainable once you have identified all of these different things that I believe that we uncover in the coaching. And then you're able to kind of walk in this aligned flow. You're able to go about your life in such a way where you know what is important to you and why. And so you are able to focus where your focus needs to be in that moment. So I want to read a quote here. And this one is from Jack Canfield that says, "The things that bring you the greatest joy are in alignment with your purpose." The things that bring you the greatest joy are in alignment with your purpose. And what is your purpose, right? Like a lot of us are trying to figure that out. I know I was like striving to figure this out. This was something that I was so longing for. I really wanted to know what my purpose was. And I felt like there was a specific purpose for my life, like something that God had like imparted in me that was like my specific purpose. And I knew my purpose, or one of my purposes, right, was to be a mother. But I was like, what is my bigger purpose? Like I was searching for this thing. I was searching for this like one thing that I would be able to say, that's it, right? That's my purpose. And a lot of times we can't really put a finger on that. And I want to follow this up with a quote from Tony Robbins that says, your purpose in life is to live in alignment with your values and beliefs. Your purpose in life is to live in alignment with your values and beliefs. So this, I believe, is much more in line with what our purpose is, because it is not a specific thing, right? It's living in alignment with our values and beliefs. I believe that we should be living in alignment with God, in step with God and in tune with our values, our beliefs, all of these things. So I'm going to kind of go through and tell you what are the things that we uncover, and then bring it home and kind of tell you where we go with this, or how we get to that place where you feel like, okay, I am walking in alignment with those things. I am living my purpose, right? So the first thing that we do in the coaching program is we identify where you believe that you are as it relates to 10 different areas of your life, right? There are 10 different areas that we dive into, and I actually have you rate where you are with relationship to them in your life. And these are things like finances, your role as a mom, your role as a wife, where you are spiritually. There's 10 different areas that we walk through, and you get really clear on where you are. And then we also go a step deeper and say where you would like to be, right, in those areas. And then you can kind of see, all right, here's where I am. Here's where I would like to be. Here's the difference. But we can decide which areas are our biggest concern at this point of our life, at this season of our life. So this helps us to see where we are out of sync or out of alignment, right? And this is not like a scorecard, right? We never look at this like a scorecard. We look at it as a snapshot of where we are right now in this season, right? It is not indicative of if we are failing or, if we're successful. It's just where we are. We get a clear picture of that, and then we figure out where we want to go, right? Where we would like to be. And then we get really clear on what our core values are. So we do a core values exercise where I have a specific way that you go through and you figure out what are your core values. And these change. These core values, at least your top ones, can change from year to year. I know mine change almost every year, where I pick, some of them stay the same, but some of them are different. And I have you pick the 3 to 5 core values that are the most important to you in your life right now. And there's a whole process we go through for you to be able to get there, because sometimes it is a little harder to get it narrowed down, right? And so I try to make it very easy for you, so it can only take you, maybe 20 minutes to do this exercise. And then we dive into your daily struggles, where you feel like you're struggling as a mom, not the overarching struggles that you may be feeling or pressure that you may be feeling, but literally day to day where your biggest struggles are. Do they relate to time management? Is it mostly mom guilt? Is it self-doubt? Is it overwhelm? I have you rate these things and see where you are on the scale. And then we go and we figure out, okay, what are the things that add to your stress in this area? Or what are the things that you do on a daily basis that drain you? Or what are the things on a daily basis that bring you energy? And these are different exercises that I have you do to uncover all of these things. Then I have you take a strengths test. And this is kind of fun, because sometimes you may notice that your strengths may have changed over time. Maybe you didn't know you were strong in a certain area. Maybe other people can see that you're strong in certain areas where you can't see that you're strong. And so this is always a good and fun exercise to do. And we come up with what your strengths are and how we can use that to your advantage. And we also get a little bit into what your weaknesses are. So we're trying to figure out what your zone of genius is what they call it, right? It's the zone of genius where no matter what you're doing, you feel like it is taking you no time. It's very easy and effortless for you, and you're able to operate with ease in your zone of genius. And so the idea is to get you operating in that zone of genius as much as possible, so that you are able to live in alignment with your core values, with your beliefs, with your strengths, and you are able to, this is where I believe like all of those people that are able to get all of these things done, and you're sitting there and they look like they're so happy. They're not just like checking items off, or they're not just the one that is like always doing all of the things, but they actually look like they're enjoying it while they're doing it, and they're able to really enjoy what they're doing and also be super productive, right? And so this is where I would love for you to operate, and where I believe you're going to feel like you're living your purpose, right? Because once we uncover all of these things, we're going to talk about where it is that you want to go, right? Because you're likely wanting for more. You probably wouldn't be listening to this podcast if you were happy exactly where you are, right? You're wanting for more in your life in one area or another. And we're going to uncover that early on during that exercise where we're having you rate, where you are in these different areas of your life. And once we understand where you want to go, what is most important to you, then we are going to figure out, we're going to take all of those things that we have now in our arsenal. We're going to look where you're spending your time, and is it in alignment with your core values? Like if it is not in alignment with your core values, how do we fix that? What can we change? And where do you want to go? And how do we get there, right? And so we create this roadmap to where you want to go and how we believe that you're going to get there. When you're able to get clear on what I like to call your true north, you figure out where you want to go, you figure out that direction, that true north, where everything is pointing towards, right? Then you have all of these other pieces that we've uncovered and we've nailed down. Then you're able to say, okay, how do we now get there? And maybe it's not a straight path to get there, right? Like maybe it's a little winding road. Maybe it's, a zigzag path to get us there, but we are going to get there, and we are going to be able to feel like we are walking in purpose. We are walking in joy. We are able to enjoy our life because we know where we're headed. We know why we are where we are right now, and we know how we're going to get to where we want to go, right? It may not be as straight of a path or as quick of a journey as we wanted to get there, but we know we're on the right path and we're headed in the right direction, and we know where we're headed as well. So you are able to be joy-filled and feel fulfilled even though you aren't there yet, right? You are able to know that you're walking in your purpose. You are able to know that you're walking in that, what I like to call aligned flow, and you feel like you are truly aligned and you're in this zone of genius, right? You're in this flow state. So I wanted to shed some light on what it is that we do inside the program, inside the coaching, so that you can see all of the steps that it takes to get you there. So this is why I called my coaching Prioritize Your Purpose Coaching, right? These are the steps that help to get you to that place where you feel like you are prioritizing your purpose. You are prioritizing your life. You have now figured out what is important to you and why. You have done the work, and you are able to walk now in this fulfilled, joy-filled feeling, knowing that you are on the right path, right? And so that is what I want for you. That is what I would love to help you to do. You can do this. You can take what I've just given you and try to go and figure these things out on your own. It is definitely possible, but this took me a long time to walk through, right? And having someone there who is an outside perspective, who can help you through this and can kind of guide you. And so I would love to invite you to go check out prioritizewithpurpose.com, prioritizewithpurpose.com/coaching will take you right to the coaching page where you can sign up for a prioritization clarity call with me. And we will start you on this path to identifying these things for yourself so that you can walk in aligned flow. So I will meet you next week on the Purpose Pop-In. All right, talk to you soon. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, Mama. If so, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts and then hit share and send this to a mom who needs this in her day. I'll meet you right back here next week. Keep smiling, y'all.